Whether you're new to the Sound Shore or have called it home for years, Sound Shore Family Guide is here for you. We bring you insider tips on schools, sports, local happenings, and parenting in our amazing community. Let's navigate family life in Larchmont and Mamaroneck together.
Hi, thank you so much for being here today at the LMC Media studio for the Sound Shore Family Guide. And today we have Andrea Johnson, a local mom in Larchmont. Andrea, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. Andrea, we would love to know where you moved from before you landed on to Larchmont.
We moved from Los Angeles about 7 years ago. My husband and I both work in TV news. My husband got the job at ABC about 7 years ago, and so we were looking to see where we wanted to go. We didn't want to move straight to the city because we have 2 kids, we had a dog. We didn't want to do that city life, and we talked to certain people that Whit knew from work, my husband Whit, and we settled on Larchmont, and we're so glad that we did.
Of course you are, my neighbor. We're happy you did too. And so you're in news media as well?
Yes, I work part-time for ABC News. I am an anchor and a reporter. My husband is also an anchor and reporter for ABC News. So we commute to the city. It is a 45-minute-ish commute, depending on the time you go. And it's very doable. And so we're super happy with our choice of location in Larchmont.
And how many kids do you have? And did they go to nursery school here?
I have 2 girls, one in 7th grade, one in 5th grade. And we moved here when my oldest was going into 1st grade, and then my youngest was going into pre-K. So we ended up going to Larchmont Avenue Church preschool, which we were happy with. And then both my kids went to Murray Avenue. And my 7th grader is now at Hommocks, the local middle school. And my younger one, Summer, is in 5th grade at Murray.
So for all you out there, now that we have this Sound Shore Family Guide, all this information will be at your fingertips, nice and clear for you. And so what kind of activities do your children do?
Lots. Probably too many.
Never too many. It's a long day.
It is always a long day. So both my girls, their main sport, I would say, is soccer. And they both started out with foster soccer. And that's kind of a good gateway into the soccer world. It's very cute. They, teach them the basics of soccer. They have little 10-minute games on Saturdays. And then they moved to travel soccer. So both my girls now do travel soccer under the foster soccer arm.
Okay.
It's called LMFC, Larchmont-Mamaroneck Football Club.
Okay.
And so both of them do that. So it's travel soccer, which they love. They also do tennis, and they're at Sporttime at Harbor Island. You may know the bubble that's there. It's the same place where they actually practice soccer, at Harbor Island. And they've dabbled in basketball and softball. For basketball, CYO, which is Catholic Youth Organization, maybe. And then softball, I think it was just the town softball, and they really like volleyball now. And they're taking clinics with someone named Coach Vera. She's the middle school volleyball coach. Great clinics. They learn a lot. And yeah, I think that is it for the sporting world.
So,
it's a very sporty town. My girls don't do lacrosse, which is a big sport here as well.
Going back to volleyball, because I think it's only for usually high school kids, right? And so is this like a league or a clinic that they can find out about through the middle school, or how do they get in touch with that? Because that's more of something that I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah, no, Coach Vera does clinics for the younger kids too. So Summer, who's in 5th grade, does clinics with 5th and 6th graders, and then Leah does a clinic with maybe 7th and 8th graders. So volleyball is not just for high school for sure. There's volleyball team at the middle school. That I think my middle schooler actually wants to try out for next year.
If she's tall, she should.
Yeah.
And the volley and the softball, you did that through the town?
Did that through the town. And, luckily for us, she didn't like it that much because softball games are a little long to
They
sit
are.
through.
It's to like the people they play with.
Yeah. They also do music. So we have a piano teacher come to our house, and that was through word of mouth. Miss Jean is fantastic. And we also go to School of Rock for guitar lessons, guitar and singing lessons.
Very cool. Have they done a show at School of Rock yet?
No, we're trying to ease her into that. At the elementary school, there are musicals, and so my younger one did love the musical and the solo that she sang. So we're trying to build her confidence and maybe be in one of the shows for School of Rock.
Very, very fun.
Yeah.
Andrea, thank you so much for being here. And for all of you out there that are watching and listening, make sure you stick around because we're going to provide you with additional information about local businesses and organizations. And then after that, Andrea will be here again, and she will tell us about a local family tip that you should all know about. Hi, Mike Dugan. Thank you very much for being here at the LMC Media Center. We're doing a little piece for the Sound Shore Family Guide. So thank you for coming and representing the Larchmont-Mamaroneck Little League.
My pleasure. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you. So most importantly, I know that you are very present in our community. Larchmont-Mamaroneck Little League is quite large. Will you tell us a little bit about like how old can your child start? Is it only boys? Is it boys and girls? And where it goes from there?
Sure. So we have a pretty large range of ages. So we start at the pre-K level. We have our younger divisions, which are our non-competitive divisions, more developmental, where the kids are learning. And then from there, they graduate to what we call baseball gold, which is it's coach pitch. So the coaches will like get down on a knee and pitch to the kids, and it'll be more like a real baseball game. The oldest age that we would see in gold would be second graders.
Oh.
And so from there, they would graduate to our competitive division, which there's actually 4 divisions in that. We call baseball green, baseball blue, baseball majors, and baseball majors plus. And those, they have overlapping grades. So you have second and third grade graders will be playing in baseball green, third, fourth, and fifth graders in baseball blue, fourth, fifth, and sixth in majors, and then sixth and seventh in majors plus. Our softball side, we have similar divisions. We have softball gold, green, blue, and majors.
So this is like from about 4 to 5 years old up through about middle school.
Yep.
And then in high school, they fend for themselves.
No, so we actually have a seniors division. So it's kind of funny. There are a couple of different sort of sub-organizations within Larchmont-Mamaroneck Little League. We have our non-competitive, which are the younger ones that I just spoke of. We have our competitive division, which is basically from like second grade to like seventh grade. And then we have a seniors division on the baseball side as well as the softball side.
So when they're smaller, they just play against themselves. I mean, right? They're like they pair off into little groups.
Yep.
And so do you create your team? Or if I just have a child and is like interested, I want to contact the Larchmont-Mamaroneck Little League, and then you'll put them on a team, or how does that work?
So for the
coaching?
For the younger kids, so first of all, coaching is everything, right?
Right.
We do a lot to get the league running, and our volunteers are awesome, but we are nothing without our coaches. So our coaches carry the league. They're the ones on the ground teaching the kids, wrangling the kids, making sure everything happens.
And are those parents?
Helping their parents.
Oh,
they're
okay.
parent volunteers. We encourage as many, especially at the younger age. We encourage multiple parents per team. So we start drafting in the baseball green level. So it would be the second and third grade. We actually have our drafts coming up tomorrow and Sunday.
We're in early March right now.
Yes, early March.
Yeah.
So we would start those drafts, and for the younger kids, we absolutely honor. I think we take like 3 friend requests on our intake form. And then our non-competitive commissioners are awesome. They do a Herculean effort to, pair kids with friend requests where possible. And I think that the next sort of criteria down is that they try to get kids that are in the same school, same elementary school or nursery school. We really want to make it fun, right?
And this is mostly on the weekends you play?
So it depends. As the kids get older, we do games during the week. As you could imagine, we typically have over 1,300 kids.
1,300 kids.
Across baseball and softball, competitive and non-competitive.
That's huge.
It's gigantic. And as I'm sure you're aware, because you drive around our towns, there's an abundance of baseball fields or softball fields. So we really
You play on Lorenzen as well?
we play on Lorenzen. That's our primary Little League baseball fields. And then we do a lot of softball stuff either at Central, so the Central fields, or at the Harbor. And, with given the amount of kids and the amount of games that we have, we can't only do it on the weekends. You have to have games during the week.
It sounds like a huge organization, very successful. It's been going on for years and years.
Yeah, so my understanding is our initial constitution, as Little League calls it, our charter, like our bylaws, were submitted in 1964, I think.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if that's when the league was founded, but that's the earliest record from Little League having our sort of bylaws.
All right. Well, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
And if people want to get in touch with the league, how do they do so?
So they could find out a ton of information on our website, lmlittleleague.org. We have as much information as we can possibly give up there. It has breakdowns of the different divisions. We have our season calendar, as well as each of the individual team calendars and team schedules. We have information about volunteering. We have information
There's
about
a pricing structure as well.
board members. Yep.
And if somebody can't afford it for whatever reason, is there scholarships?
Yeah, we absolutely we offer scholarships. Yeah,
Right.
No questions asked as part of our registration. It's actually it's a required question in our registration. Would you like financial assistance? There's a yes and a no, and there's no explanation needed. And we offer it to all kids.
Okay, wonderful. So if you're interested, please make sure that you check out the website.
Yep.
And Mike is here also to answer any questions.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming, Mike.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hi, Pete. Thank you so
Hi.
much for being here today for the Sound Shore Family Guide at the LMC Media Studio on the Ave. Pete is here representing the Larchmont-Mamaroneck Youth Hockey League Association, yes? So, Pete, how long have you been doing this? And this is a monster in and of itself. So
Yeah,
tell
well,
us all
thank you
about
for
it.
having me. I'm very excited to be here. So the Mamaroneck Youth Hockey Association, I guess one can say I've been doing it my entire life. So I grew up here, and actually the program was started by my father and a few of his friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when I was about 6 years old and started playing hockey, the program began. It was a travel organization. Fast forward to today, it's pretty wild.
That is wild. I'm sure your dad is just like so impressed. It's like seeing it grow to what it
Yeah,
is.
it's a little different now than what it was then. It was just
Sure.
a few teams then, and now it's pretty robust. I mean, we have over 560 kids in the organization. We have 25 teams, so it's a lot.
So this is, is it part of the Larchmont-Mamaroneck, all these rec teams? And
Yeah, so we're based out of the Hommocks ice rink is call it our main home ice. We do also operate out of 5 other rinks just because there's such short supply of ice time. And again, we have so many teams and so many players that we need to utilize all of those rinks. But Mamaroneck is our home program, and it's for the community, and we try to keep it as much as we can for the community. There are some kids outside of Mamaroneck that do, in Larchmont, that do come play, but our numbers have grown so much over the years that we really try to keep it Larchmont-Mamaroneck as much as possible.
okay. And so how young is the youngest player? And you go up to what?
Yeah, we probably have kids as young as 4 years old stepping on the ice for our 8U program. That's very unique and rare. Typically about 6 years old is when they really get out there and start. We also, the rec department has a rec hockey league out of the Hommocks, which acts as somewhat of a feeder program for us. But our teams start at the 8U level, so anybody 8 years old and under. 10U, so 10 and 9-year-olds. 12U, 14U, 16U, and 18U. So it's double age group. So some years you're playing with kids a year older than you, other years you're playing with kids a year younger than you. And that's how we've pretty much always run the organization, and that's through USA Hockey Standards, and a lot of teams do that. Some programs have gone to specific birth years, but we've stayed with the double.
Do they play against each other or against other teams?
Yeah, so they play against other teams. So we have 3 teams typically at each age group. The 10-year-olds and the 8U, we have 4 teams. And they compete against teams right here in Westchester, teams in Long Island, teams in Connecticut, teams in New Jersey. So it depends on what league each team is in. Every team is essentially in different leagues. We pretty much have the HVHL, which is the Hudson Valley Hockey League, that most of our teams are in, as long as the Long Island League. And now there's an Atlantic League that includes more New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, and the tri-state.
I mean, do you feel like kids stay within this league and then, or do they go to a more professional league once they get better?
So our top teams, we try to compete at the highest level we can, and it's typically the AA level. Hockey is wild. There's so many different levels.
Yeah, I'm like confused as it is right now.
So it does go all the way up to AAA, and that
Okay.
would be your most elite players. We don't offer a AAA program at Mamaroneck. We offer AA, A, A1, B, depending on
Anything but
those years.
AAA.
Yeah, and if we had the skill level, we would compete at that level, but it just happens that when kids get to that level, they do typically go off and play at another organization. There are a few around here. Mid-Fairfield offers AAA, and the Connecticut Junior Rangers are a AAA. Personally, I think parents get a little crazy as to chase the A's. I only want AAA, I only want AA, that kind of thing. But there are unique kids that, in anything, not just sports, right? In any skill set in life, that we can only offer so much. And so if they are at a level that their skill is that much higher and they really desire it, to play at the most competitive elite level of anything,
Right.
the child really needs to be the one driving that boat, right? And it's not just what they're accomplishing off on the ice, it's everything they're doing off the ice. If they are eating, living, and breathing, training for that sport,
Yeah,
then sure, that's what they're going to go for.
exactly. And you're always going to find that.
Yeah.
Right. Are there...
But I mean, our kids are coming through our program, going off to playing for the varsity team at the high school.
I was going to ask.
Going off to boarding school, going off to colleges.
Right.
Yeah, there's a long history of pretty elite level hockey, as well as really fun competitive social hockey.
Are there some big player winners that you say went to college for hockey that went through your program?
Yeah, and some of them are coaching for us today. So we have, what's really great about the MYHA program is you have guys that grew up in the program like myself, and now we're a part of the board and coaching their own kids in the program.
Your kids play?
Oh, yeah. My son plays on the 14U team now. I'll help coach that team. My youngest daughter plays with the rec program. My oldest daughter started in MYHA and then gave up hockey. But myself, Ryan Webler, who's often been coaching alongside me, was my teammate from 9 years old. Taylor Leahy, Aaron Webler, or Aaron May, I should say, Ryan's sister, James Webler, Steve Thompson. These are all guys that grew up in the Mamaroneck program. Most went off to play in college, and now we're back here coaching.
You touched upon girls. Girls play, guys play, they play separately.
Yes, so Mamaroneck Youth Hockey has, I mentioned 25 teams. 12 of those teams are 8U through 14U co-ed teams, Mamaroneck Tigers. 9 of those teams, 10U through 18U, is what we call the State Line program. State Line is girls only, and it combines Mamaroneck, Greenwich, and some girls from Rye. It's a terrific program organization. Sarah Hewson is the director of that program. Unbelievable player, unbelievable coach. She does such a great job. A lot of our girls at the younger age will actually dual roster. They'll play for both State Line and Mamaroneck teams. And then as they get older, sometimes they veer off and just play on State Line, or they'll just play for Mamaroneck. And then we have 4 teams that are what we call the Rams teams, the 15U, 16U, and 18U age level. So as they get older, we combined with Rye, and we created what's called the Rams. And so that program is run by us with Terry Morris from Rye. So yeah, it's I like it a lot too because it's bringing the other communities together. These were our biggest competitors, and now we're playing together, but still then competing at the high school level. So it's a nice mix and a nice dynamic.
And you have adults that play as well?
We do. Not technically under the MYHA umbrella, but Mamaroneck does have a lot of adult leagues. I play every Wednesday night at a great men's league pickup, which a lot of the coaches that I mentioned, they all play as well. There is a women's skate as well called the Mother Puckers, which is a lot of fun. Some of our board members and coaches and parents play on that. So there's a lot of adult league options that are out of the Hommocks, you can say. And then there's a lot of HNA, which is Hockey Night in America, is an adult league program that plays at all the surrounding leagues, and those are full-on teams. So there'll be different levels, referees, scores kept, all the full works.
So if someone wants to know more,
Yeah.
because there is so much information to be had.
Our website is great, mamaroneckhockey.org. O-R-G. We are a nonprofit organization. And our Instagram is terrific. It's just Mamaroneck Hockey on Instagram. And you can get all the information you possibly need there. If you have questions, you can email myha@mamaroneckhockey.org. And that's probably the quickest and easiest way.
Somebody will respond to that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people working there.
We do. We have a terrific board. We have a board of about 12 people currently. We like to stay in the 12 to 14 range. We're going to have some turnover now that the current season is over and get some new board members coming on for the fall. So it's an exciting time.
Okay.
I mean, our season's long. We run from September all the way through May. And then tryouts, believe it or not, have to start out for the younger teams in May for the next season and in April for the older teams.
Okay.
So we already have our teams set for next season.
I was going to say, we're filming in May, so sorry you missed it. You can tap in next year.
I know. It's really, I'm sorry. I said the season goes till May. It goes till March.
Okay.
And then there's tryouts in March and then April. But yeah, unfortunately, if you're looking for travel hockey for next season, you kind of miss the boat, and that's across the board. These are dates that are set by USA Hockey, not by us, unfortunately. I think it's insane that you're trying out for a fall-winter sport in the spring.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because it doesn't allow kids to improve and get better over the summer and then make a better team. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. But if you are new to the area and you do have travel hockey experience or you're interested in it, certainly reach out. It happens quite often. Those that are already in travel hockey kind of know when the dates are. But again, we have a terrific rec program that's run by the town that we actually do a lot with. A lot of our coaches, myself, so I mentioned my youngest daughter plays in the rec program, so I'm out there in the rec program as well, helping to coach and being out there with those kids and those coaches. One of our lowest 10U team, because we didn't want to make cuts at that age level, we kept 4 teams, but we didn't have enough ice time. So we went to the rec program and we said, guys, can we work with you in your ice time that you have and combine some of these? And we did, and it worked out terrific.
Oh, wonderful.
Because the rec kids now get to participate with some of the travel kids and vice versa. And they see, wow, I'm not that far off and I actually can play on these teams. And the coaches get to work with each other. So they get to run practices together. So it's been a really good dynamic.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it all sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And again, to find out more, just check out
Yeah,
your
to
website.
find out more, the website, mamaroneckhockey.org. The Instagram, Mamaroneck Hockey. Everybody's on Instagram now,
Yes,
so
that's correct.
we're constantly updating that.
Okay, good.
Our social team does a terrific job.
Okay.
Our secretary, Bridget Johns, who basically is the chief operating officer of the whole program at this stage, does an unbelievable job. So we will respond, and we will respond quickly.
There you go. You have it here. Thank you so much, Pete Gross, for being here.
That's it. That was easy.
That's it.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, Coach K. Thank you so much for being here today at LMC Media Studio on the Avenue for the Sound Shore Family Guide. Coach K is here as representing the Sporttime tennis facility at Harbor Island.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm
Thank you
excited
for
to be
being here.
Thank you.
Coach K, you've been here for about 11 years.
Yes.
Can you tell us, so you grew up playing tennis?
Yes, so I grew up playing tennis since, age 7. My friends introduced me to the sport. No one in my family played tennis, and one day my friends from school invited me to play, and since then I've been enjoying this journey.
You've been hooked.
Yes.
And now you are a director
Of tennis, yeah,
at
at Harbor
Sporttime,
Island.
at
Yeah, Harbor
okay.
Island location.
Right, because there are multiple locations.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so sometimes there's a bubble, sometimes there isn't. And this is again at Harbor Island here in Mamaroneck. So during the winter months, you put the bubble up and then take it down?
Yes, so from second week of September, we put the bubbles up. until mid-May, and then in mid-May we have a week off when we take the bubbles down, and since from mid-May to beginning of September we outdoors. Yeah.
And those courts are what clay?
Red clay.
Red clay.
Which is very unique for Westchester. There's not a lot of clubs that have a red clay.
And what would you say is good about the red clay?
So it's very soft for your body, and then and in the compared to hard true, it's more closer to the real clay, and it gives you a lot of opportunities to slide and reach for the balls, and also not having any pain put in your body for the next day.
Huh. I guess that was my problem. I didn't go to the red clay. I stayed on the hard true. And because we were just talking, also Sporttime will very shortly open up pickleball courts.
Yes, so hopefully soon we get it done. The fences are already pretty much done. We just have to resurface the court, and we'll have 4 dedicated pickleball courts at Harbor Island, and that will be welcome for everyone to play and get the membership at the club and enjoy pickleball.
Okay.
As everyone is enjoying now.
And those are inside or outside as well?
Outside.
Okay.
The pickleball will be always outside because we won't be able to put the bubble on top of
Okay.
it, but it will be from all summer until late fall and early spring start.
Yeah, I mean, people want to play in the winter, they can do that too, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
If they prefer to, yes.
Sure.
It's going to be a little cold, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
Exactly. You warm up when you play. And so Sporttime is very, very well known around here for great programming for adults and for kids. So is there something that you would say you do like quick clinics, cardio things, group classes? What do you guys
Yes, we
specialize in?
basically offer tennis from age 4, and there's no limits. So we have one of the best tennis programs in Westchester and throughout the New York State. And we do offer after-school programs, so the kids could join once they're done with school at 3:30. And all of our classes, the junior classes, starts at 4 p.m. and they go until 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, and then we also offer classes on the weekend. For the adults, we offer the classes right after school drop-off. They start about 9 a.m. and they go until 12 p.m. And then it's a group classes, private lessons, whichever that works for your schedule. We offer everything.
Okay, and then you have camps. I mean, I'm sure like anytime that there's a week off from school.
Absolutely, yes. We do offer camp through the winter break, February breaks, spring breaks, also the summer breaks, yes.
For any of the things that you've mentioned, do you have to be a member, or is it a membership and then in addition there's programming, or you can just sign up
For
for
all our junior programs, you are required to become a member, and also for the private lessons. But for the camps, we do not require membership, so anyone could join. There is a difference between our break camps and the summer camps. The summer camps, we only offer weekly sign-ups, where the break camps, we offer daily camps. So you could choose the day that work for you, morning or afternoon. But for the summer camp, only weekly camp, but morning or afternoon or full day as well.
Okay, good to know. If people want to get in touch with programming, finding out more, how do they find you? How do they reach you?
They could reach me, they could call me, 914-777-5050, and then I could say my email as well. It's KHAYOT@sporttimeny.com. The Sporttime with 1 T.
And that's the website also, Sporttime with 1 T?
Yes,
Okay.
ny.com.
ny.com. Well, you have such a charming accent. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Uzbekistan,
Okay.
Central Asia.
See, we say we are a very international town, so there you go, mixing it up a little bit more.
From the day I stepped into this town, I still love it. It's a great people, great atmosphere, great community. Although I don't live it anymore in this area, but I lived in the past and I loved it, and I still love it.
You can always come back.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
having me.
Greg Sattler, thank you so much for being here at the LMC Media Studio for the Sound Shore Family Guide. It's lovely having you
Thank you for having me.
here representing the LMYL, the Larchmont-Mamaroneck Youth Lacrosse. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we're a very community-based organization. There's 800 kids participating in the program from pre-K, 4-year-olds through 8th grade. We have a rec program which goes from pre-K to 6th grade, and then we have a travel program that starts in 3rd grade and that goes to 8th grade as well. Different programs, they kind of mesh together at certain ages, but it's a pretty inclusive organization and program that really focuses on kind of collaboration of a lot of different participants to create an inclusive atmosphere and really welcome kids of all skill and all backgrounds and all of everything really to play lacrosse, which is an awesome sport and one that I grew up playing and love a lot, and it's created a lot of opportunities. So we're just trying to kind of give that back to the community and have a great opportunity for kids in the community to play.
So what if you come to this town and you're a little bit older and you're not starting when you're like 3 and 4? Is there a way to get in? Is it are there tryouts or cuts?
Yeah, so we have a rec program that goes to 6th grade. So those aren't travel teams at all. And in travel teams, there's a tryout, and it's a little more serious, more organized. The rec program is much more inclusive environment and allows for really anybody to play at whatever skill level they are, whether they've been playing for 2 years, 3 years, no years. And a lot of our kids that maybe they'll start in the rec program in 5th grade, they like it, and the next year they'll try out for the travel team. Or maybe they'll just play rec again, and that's fine as well. There's a kid that's currently playing on the high school team who started in our rec program in 6th grade, and he's a starting long stick midi on our high school team. So you don't have to start when you're 4 years old to become a successful player.
In the middle school, they start playing in 7th and 8th grade, and they play modified sports. Are they allowed to do both? Are they allowed to play both?
Yeah, so absolutely. So there's collaboration that occurs between the athletic department at the high school and our schedulers and travel commissioners, which enable the best possible experience for both of those programs. So you can be on the 7th grade LMLL travel team, and you can be on the modified team, which is 7th and 8th grade combined school-based sports where you play other towns nearby, Rye, Pelham, Scarsdale, stuff
You're
like
not
that.
too far.
Yeah.
How far do you go?
So our travel programs, and those are our programs from 3rd to 8th grade, they're still pretty local, even though the travel kind of gives this kind of how far am I going mentality, but it's really not that far. The farthest, I actually coach 2 teams. The 6th grade team this year, the farthest we have gone is, I think we went up to Chappaqua for.
Okay, that's a half hour.
Yeah,
okay, that's
not
fine.
far. Yeah.
Right.
We're not going to Albany or
New Jersey,
Philadelphia
Buffalo, not yet.
And there's a lot of local tournaments for those programs as well, and one of them was at SUNY Purchase, which is 10 minutes away, which was last weekend. So yeah, it's the travel component of our program is pretty accessible in terms of time commitment and stuff like that.
And are these parent volunteers?
Yeah,
to
so
coach?
our rec program is entirely run and coached by volunteers, and there's between the girls and the boys programs, there's 130 to 140 coaches that are all volunteer that coach from pre-K all the way to 6th grade. And those are just fantastic volunteers, and we appreciate their time. And then in the travel program, there's parent coaches, and then each team usually has a paid professional coach as well to assist with kind of the directives of the travel commissioners for the boys and girls program to make sure we're kind of accelerating and learning the stuff we need to at each different age group.
And you did mention that there are girls' team as well. Are they co-ed or are they separate?
So there's boys programs and girls programs. Girls and boys lacrosse is not the same rules. There's different sticks. There's different equipment. So it's totally separate.
See how much I know.
There are some clinics we run at the younger levels where boys and girls will be mixed in together because especially in the boys rec program at the younger levels, we don't even have pads. It's just helmet, stick, and gloves, and that's it. So there's no contact. It's very
Now, why is that? Like, why wouldn't you be more padded up?
because we want the kids to learn how to play lacrosse.
Well, not even like when you're young. I mean, it's just in general. If you get hit by one of those balls, it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just part of the game, and you know, it's at some points you might get hit, but it's just kind of, you know, it is what it is.
You wear the
and
badge.
it's kind of,
You wear the bruise.
Exactly. So the girls program is, you know, goes through the same levels, kindergarten through 8th grade, and the boys as well. It's kindergarten through 8th grade. Same number of coaches, same number of teams, same number of resources to both of those. There's, I think maybe the program is composed of 60% girls, 40% boys. So there's more girls than boys in the entirety of the program.
Interesting.
At different levels, there's more boys, and at different levels, there's more girls. But in the you know, the totality of it, it's more girls than boys. But yeah, the at no point are really girls playing against boys. It's more a separated sport from that perspective.
And if people are interested in learning more, finding out how to either volunteer for their children, where do they contact you?
So there's you can go to our website, which hopefully you can put on the bottom of the screen or something. I think it's lmltigers.com. We have an Instagram page, and there's an email address on our webpage as well. So those are good resources.
And if there is a problem financially with equipment or things like that, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that you make sure that everybody's included, whether...
100%. There's no... Everybody is welcome to play. Kind of the mission of our program is to welcome lacrosse to everybody in the community. So if there's any resources or supplementation that needs to be done, we're happy to do that. My son and I the other day just picked up, I think, 12 sticks from someone that just emailed us off the website and said, "Hey, do you have any need for these?" And we said, "Yep." And so my 7-year-old was carrying 12 lacrosse sticks off his front porch, and I think we've already given some of those away. So absolutely, there's no...
Do they get outdated, or are the sticks pretty much the same as they were 10 years ago?
I mean, the people that make them probably think they're better,
them.
but
Right.
you know, the ones we picked up last week we're playing with in our backyard, and they seem to work just fine. So, if it's one of them was wooden, so maybe that's outdated, but other than that, it's
One of those ones you hang up on the wall.
yeah, exactly. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate you being here and letting us know a little bit more about the LMYL program. And if you're interested, make sure that they contact you for more.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, thank you so much for being here, Rob, for the Sound Shore Family Guide at the LMC Media Studio on the Ave. Rob Beers coordinates the LMBA, the Larchmont-Mamaroneck Basketball Association. Rob, thank you so much for doing all that you do. I don't know if you hear it enough, but I know that you handle a beast, and we all love it and appreciate it. So, how long have you been doing it, and what keeps you still doing it?
Oh boy. Okay.
In a couple minutes, briefly.
My son and daughter used to play, and this is ancient history now because it would have been around 2011, 2012. I joined the board in 2012.
So you're still doing it. Your kids have graduated from the LMBA.
Yeah, my son just graduated college.
Okay,
so.
there you go. So you're still doing it, which is a lot. How many kids are usually playing?
This year we had just under 1,000. Since I've been involved, it peaked around 1,300.
And this is Larchmont-Mamaroneck and Rye Neck.
Yes.
Okay. And it is not a true. It's not like with a school. It's just anybody can sign up.
Anyone living within Larchmont-Mamaroneck, Rye Neck, and or attending a school within those school districts, including the private ones.
Oh, okay. Right. So even if you go to private school and you live here, you can still...
Yeah, so
sign up.
there'll be kids that go to St. John and St. Paul, but they'll live in other districts, and they're allowed to register.
Oh, okay, I see. And they start at what age?
First grade.
Okay, and it goes all the way to 12th grade.
Yes.
Right. And do they have to try out, or is it like a free-for-all?
we hold what we call it's an assessment. It's not really a tryout. No one gets kicked out of the league. No one fails a tryout, but we run an assessment in order to ascertain the skills of the kids, because most of the divisions, and the divisions are each age group, have drafts. And that is the most equitable way to build the teams.
So, and the coaches are parents?
Coaches are parents, yes.
I was a coach this year at my side.
Yes, you were. And occasionally, and which is something I've been pushing for a long time, we will have coaches who are students at the high school.
Oh, okay.
And they tend to be very good.
Yes, of course. Especially, my son coached Jew-ball.
Okay.
Yeah, for the younger kids, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that something that's like people are opposing it, or one day you might have one?
No, it was... one thing I've tried to do is I would love to have younger people have more of a role in running the league, including coaching. That coaching they did on their own, but I'd be very happy with having them help on the admin side. I think that we have surrounding communities around here have community credits. A lot of
we still have that here as well.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that like in New Rochelle they have it. It's mandatory to graduate. I think here they have it for students in the Honor Society.
I think there are certain, yes.
But I don't know if they have it for all.
They don't. It's not mandatory.
So I was looking to help establish community credits for kids who need it by helping me stuff like run their website or something.
Sure, absolutely. Yes. And again, going back to the league, I mean, you would say the experience is recreational.
It is.
I mean, although it's very competitive, because I know my son, got to the finals. It's competitive. But everybody gets to play equally amount of time.
Yeah, we have rules.
Rules.
There's a very systematic rule set in which no one gets to play like 3 or 4 minutes less per game than anyone else on a team gets to play. That's regardless of skill set.
Right. So everybody gets to play on your team. And it's low key. It's only like once a week.
Correct. We used to have practices. COVID changed a lot. And we've been trying to reestablish practices, but it's been difficult.
But basically, you just play one on the weekends,
Yeah,
either
we
a Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
And you play either in the basketball courts at Rye Neck. You did a lot at the Rye Neck High School. Middle school and high
almost
school.
exclusively. If Rye Neck is available,
Right.
then we use Rye Neck.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a wonderful facility with
It is.
plenty of parking.
They
and-
recently expanded their gyms to four courts
Yeah.
from 2 courts.
Right.
And Rye Neck's unique in that it has its gym is a separate building from the rest of the school.
Yeah.
So it's
easy to get in and out of.
Yeah,
and-
it's very easy. Separate parking lot. And Rye Neck could not be a better host.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rob, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Again, my kids did the LMBA. My daughter did it as well. And it is just a fun organization that, kids from all different schools kind of get together and play. And it's during the winter time. And thank you, really, because it's a lot of work. And thank you for doing it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you learned a lot. And now we have Andrea back to tell us about a local family tip. Andrea, for all those people that might be moving here from Manhattan and Brooklyn, or even people that just came to Larchmont-Mamaroneck, what is a piece of advice that you could share?
I think one of the pieces of advice that is unique to our family is get a dog.
Good one.
We moved here with a dog, and we foster dogs, and we have another dog that we have because our former dog passed away. But everybody here has a dog, and they're all walking their dogs. So getting out there and walking your dog, going to the dog park is a great way to meet people and just find out what's going on around town. Everybody here loves to talk about their dog, so it's just kind of a great conversation starter.
It is.
So go out there and get a dog. And we foster dogs, so you can always adopt through us.
Well, that's really good to know. We might have to give your information later. Is there a dog park in the local area? There's one in Mamaroneck, right? A Harbor Island Park?
Harbor Island Park, but we also go to the one in New Rochelle.
Ward Acres?
Ward Acres. We have a dog walker who we love. He's also a dog sitter. And he takes our dog to Ward Acres and absolutely loves it.
Good. Well, that one we might have to keep as a secret. Otherwise, you'll never get to use Jim again. If
His name's not,
if everybody gets wind of that.
Yeah.
And there's also Dog Beach in Rye. So that's another really good spot that you can take your dog. That you can take to. Oh, right, in Dog Beach in Larchmont. There's right next to in Minor Park.
I mean, not to mention there are just so many great hiking trails and just beautiful neighborhoods to walk through.
That's so true.
So it's endless.
That's right. Well, that is a very, very good piece of advice. So thank you so much for sharing, and thank you again for being here.
Of course.
Thank you so much for sticking around and for listening to the Sound Shore Family Guide. Stick around because there will be a lot more to share.
Visit lmcmedia.org/family guide to get more information and find other episodes. LMC Media is a nonprofit media center. Follow us on socials at LMC Media Center and subscribe to our YouTube channel at LMC Media Productions to see more content.